nasty than it was, and it didn't look particularly pleasant from outside of the cockpit. I'm sure he didn't feel it inside either, Martin.
He braked a little bit early, actually. He was still on the top of the hill. We've seen cars torn apart there, haven't we? David Coulthard had a horrendous shot. That's hit Sutil, Perez, Gutierrez, Grosjean's done a better time. Ooh. Down into turn 12. Looks a little bit brake.
The front wing. Kvyat giving it a real go here. Now around the outside at turn 8. This is brilliant racing, but oh no! There's a touch, and Kvyat is sent spinning round just as it looked like he was going to get.
And what do you know? He's gone off.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. This is the bit, the moment where he did leave the track. Turn 14, you know, the heaviest braking zone on the circuit. Maybe he was just going that little bit too fast.
The problem is that straight's so long that if you have got no brakes, you're going to have to lift off.
Hulkenberg's still down in 12th.
Kvyat spun, that's why he's at the back all alone. He spun and continued at the first corner, and here it is.
Pastor Maldonado waves goodbye to him.
This one from the Toro Rosso driver, Kvyat, as the session ended. He was obviously doing the block.
Seats in a moment. On board with Kvyat. Is he going to...
Oh, that is a... Yeah. Just let it run, and then he got bogged. Oh, that is a shame.
We have 12 still running.
He's going to have an accident. Yeah, he took too much curb on the apex. Too much curb
on street circuits, Martin.
Going to snatch a brake, presumably.
Yeah, locked up, didn't he?
And what he didn't do was realise it early enough, or admit it early enough, go down.
So we've heard Max Verstappen talking about losing the rear on entry, and I wonder if that's the same problem that Daniil Kvyat had here at turn 15.
But you can just see...
Russian Grand Prix, free practice 1, Daniil Kvyat clipping the curb and sending his Red Bull into a spin at the penultimate turn.
The left and see what happens.
Did he just catch the inside curb there?
I'd say nothing, just the rear just gave up, didn't it?
Kvyat's going to come up the inside of him. And there wasn't a gap, there was half a gap. And that is why his front wheels look like Bambi just after he's born.
We are between new... Not at all. Not for the moment. No, not at all.
That's how Daniil Kvyat came off the track as well. Out of the final corner now. We have seen cars come a cropper here. Remember Timo Glock in qualifying a few years back. I remember the year that it was.
More in it today, did it? Unfortunately,
you could be right.
He's jumping into a car, as we see in turn 4. Daniil Kvyat properly lost that, didn't he? And did well to stay out of the barrier.
The wheels intact. Let's see it from a different angle.
What happened there, mate? Clear for the...
Why is it such a distant hope?
You know, F1's a pretty competitive world, and it's you know, everybody's moving forward always, and we were really on the back foot.
That was a new one, wasn't it? Exactly. I hadn't heard of Miami before.
Well, no, I had, to be honest, as Daniil Kvyat is the next to go and make a few divots in the grass. It's like watching me play golf. There's that much dirt being kicked up, and it's all down at turn 1. Behind him on the way down to Maggots, gets alongside, goes off.
He just turned it for me.
Okay, Sainz is blaming his teammate. Fusion here, and he has come round the source. Are coming drivers' ways. Oh, Danny. Looks very graceful, but that's not what you want to do. B, he can't feel it, and C, he hasn't come in.
So we're only seeing the aftermath of it there, but
he's already broken it by then. Max Verstappen, and we can watch here and see what happened with Giovinazzi and Daniil Kvyat. Well, it was Giovinazzi driving in. He set off.
So he goes in all right.
The impact sensor.
He's on the right line. He locks up a bit on the front. Oh, he's just lost the rear on the mid-corner on throttle.
There's a nice smell of burning plank down here, Crofty, as the car's been being dragged around the bottom, and there is a fair bit of damage to the barge board And
So Franz there still basically saying, yeah, he went too wide. He's still putting that down to driver error, isn't he? The governor there.
Is that fair? On and the red and white curb.
Oh, I think it was gone already.
Would you say at first glance?